All right. All right, man. Let's do it. Let's get it over with. Okay? Thanks for being here. Run It Back Nation, Sixers Nation, Sixers sickos. You know what really makes you guys sickos, man? The fact that they get you every time. Hook, line, and sinker. They get ya. The Sixers were supposed to get smacked this game. They were supposed to get blown out of the water. They weren't supposed to be anywhere close. So we weren't supposed to have expectations for this game. But guess what they did? They won't just put us out of our misery. No. They fought. They made it a close game for 3.5 quarters. So you sickos would convince yourselves the Sixers have a shot at winning this game. It's just really unbelievable. Get yourself a Sixers sickos hoodie at runitbackphillyshop.com. We put out the snapbacks also. There's other stuff on there. It's just what we are, man. We can't help it. We are a nation of complete sickos. And here we are in a game that we should have known they were going to lose. They got us again, hook, line, and sinker. We fell for it. They showed us for 3.5 quarters that they had a chance to win the game. And they didn't have a chance to win. The Sixers weren't going to win the game. Why were they going to win the game? Because Cameron Payne was cooking to start the fourth? Because Ricky Council Jr., Ricky Council the fourth, I guess that's Junior 4 times. Ricky Council the fourth showed everybody again why he should be getting heavy rotation minutes. And the Sixers organization played politics. That's what they did. They played politics. We saw it coming. We knew it was going to happen in the fourth quarter. It's so predictable at this point. Probably nothing bothers me more in watching sports than hungry, underpaid players who are on either the end of their contract, the end of their tenure in the NBA, or they're on a 2-way G League contract and they're making $500,000 a year out of the G League, or they're an NBA journeyman who's getting passed around team to team to team and nobody really believes him. Nothing really irks me more in professional sports than players like that dragging a team to contention in a fourth quarter and the organization saying, nah, we got to go with the highest paid players to finish the game, no matter what. Even if we know they've been playing bad, and even if we know we're probably going to toss the game by doing this, that's what we're going to do. It's politics in sports. It's favoritism. It's favorite players. It's a damn seniority at your local job. You know what I mean? The younger guy's better at the job, but the older guy has a seniority. He's in a union. Does the NBA have a union? We're going to get into a lot of things that I have to say about this game. I think my initial reaction, hey, first of all, Brandon Gatsy, thanks for the super chat. How did Tobias miss those wide open threes? What do you mean, how did he miss those wide open threes? He's Tobias Harris, man. What do you mean, how? Have you been watching this guy for 5 years? He's shooting 28% from three since Joel Embiid went down. Wide open. I know a kid in high school right now that can give me a wide open three. There's kids all over college that can give me a wide open three. There's dudes all over the G League that can give me a wide open three. How do the Philadelphia 76ers always end up with NBA players that can't make a wide open three? Listen, before we continue ranting about this team, again, And that's the thing about them getting us hook, line, and sinker and making us believe they have a chance to win a game. If they would just do what we expect them to do, there would be no ranting. I wouldn't be frustrated. Because I'd be like, oh, the Sixers went out there against the Celtics. The Sixers without Joel Embiid aren't good. They can't guard anybody. They have the worst defense in the NBA. They, on and on and on. And they went down 25 in the first half and they get blown out. No, they got us hook, line, and sinker. So here we are frustrated again because they made us believe they could win the game. The first thing I want to say is not about the Philadelphia 76ers at all. I want to shout out my boy Romp on the stream last night. He predicted the Sixers were going to win. I knew they weren't going to win, but I thought they were going to get the floor wiped with them. He said the Celtics played down to competition. And remember the last game we played without Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey, and Patrick Beverley had 26 points, and Paul Reed had, what did he have? I don't remember, but the Sixers bench, even before the trade deadline, went down to the wire with the Boston Celtics fully healthy. And I've been saying this season, I don't believe in the Boston Celtics. They have fraudulent tendencies. Obviously, the Sixers, if they don't get Joel Embiid back, aren't winning anything. They might not even get out of the play-in tournament. But as far as the overall NBA and trying to predict who's going to go to the NBA Finals, bro, you believe in the Boston Celtics? Look at what they did tonight. Fully healthy? Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Kristaps Porzingis, Drew Holiday, Derek White, Peyton Pritchard, Sam Hauser, Al Horford. We're in a fist fight with Tyrese Maxey and Buddy Hield and Cameron Payne and Ricky Council. Nobody on the Boston Celtics even knows who that is. The Boston Celtics are frauds. And nobody should think that they're going to win an NBA championship this season. I watch how they play, and I watch the body language of their star players. And if I was a Boston Celtics fan, I would be annoyed by the body language of their star players. Jason Tatum thinks he deserves the world from NBA officials. Jaylen Brown, no bag. Jaylen Brown called for 2 offensive fouls in the first half because he doesn't have a bag. If you stand right in front of him, he tries to just go through you and push you. Called for 2 charges, and he yells at the ref every time. What's the ref supposed to do? Teach you how to cross over? The ref's standing there like, bro, I can't teach you how to have a go-to move. I'm sorry, you get in an ISO situation, you have no go-to move, and you run straight into the defender. Second half, Jason Tatum, Tyrese Maxey's guarding him. Jason Tatum has a bag, but Tyrese Maxey played great defense on him, and he pushed him once, he pushed him twice, and then he tried to go through him in front of the rim, and they didn't call an offensive foul because Maxey didn't take a charge. He kind of jumped out of the way. Tatum yells at the official and gets a technical foul for yelling at the official. When you see the replay, it's like, what did you want the official to do? You didn't get fouled, bro. You tried to force your way through the defender. They got fraudulent tendencies, man. And they cry to the officials way too much for not really having, you know what I mean? Jason Tatum, to me, just kind of, he acts like he has 5 rings. It's annoying to me. He complains the whole game. Anyway, that's the first thing I wanted to say. If the Sixers don't get Embiid back, I'm taking the New York Knicks to come out of the East over the Boston Celtics because the Celtics are frauds, and I stand on that. All right? Shout out to everybody in here. 366 of you sickos in here. Do me a favor one time, close out the chat, hit the like button. All right, that's how we push this stream out. That's how we're going to get to over 500 live viewers. I appreciate each and every one of you that closed the chat and hit the like button one time. If you're watching, if you're listening, a couple super chats here, and then I definitely have some things to say. We're going to have to go on another little bit of a rant. I don't know how many days this season I can rant about the same thing, but we're going to do it. Hey, my man, thanks for being a member of the channel. Thanks for the super chat. What is up with Kyle Lowry passing up wide open layups? He's 37 years old. He can't jump anymore. Also, the Boston Celtics gave Tobias Harris the game ball. 13 points, 2 rebounds in 29 minutes. What do you mean they gave Tobias Harris the game ball? The game? the game ball, I don't know what that means. But if you're saying Tobias Harris cost us the game, I 97% agree with you. There's one more here. Let me get a... do you think we can fix our size problem? Absolutely not. The trade deadline is over. Unless we can put Paul Reed in some kind of magic machine that'll make him 6'11". No. The Sixers have a size problem that they went into the trade deadline with, and they came out of the trade deadline with a size problem. It's over. Bravo, Carlos. Thanks for the super chat. There's a kid down the block, 5'8", 150, soaking wet that would work. Tobias, the guy's damn disgrace. All right, I'm going to give you my opinion on Nick Nurse, Tobias Harris, and the rest of the squad. But first, I got to pay some bills. This is brought to you by BetUS. BetUS, when you go to betus.com and sign up, make an account, they're giving you 125% deposit on your first 3 deposits. Not just your first deposit, your first 3 deposits by using the link in my description. And I just want to show you real quick something really cool about the BetUS website that I think is cool. Check it out. I like the prop bet section. If you go to Prop Builder and you go to NBA, they have where was I at? I was in a parlay builder just before coming in here. Did I hit the wrong thing? Same game parlays. I was just looking at them. Anyway, they have a bunch of, I don't have time to figure it out right now, but they have a bunch of pre-made parlays on there that's really cool. Like you can go to the Rockets game and it'll just be like Alperen Şengün, 13 rebounds, and a Rockets win plus 1250. So you don't even really have to go through and set your own parlays. You can just go on BetUS, click on the pre-made parlays, and just choose parlays that they made. I think it's really cool. So shout out to BetUS. Thanks for sponsoring the channel. They'll give you 125% deposit on your first 3 deposits. Use a link in the description. And, bet on some parlays, man. I'm trying to help you guys get some free betting money out here because I know you bet. I know you sports bet every night of your life. I'm trying to help you out. Now, listen. Tobias Harris is actually somehow getting worse. And I've been saying for a lot of games, probably a lot of years, that he plays scared. And he avoids contact, and he takes the ball to the rim very weak. He's not aggressive. He doesn't try. His lack of effort is offensive and embarrassing. And it is. His lack of aggression, his lack of effort is offensive because you're making $500,000 a game. Because you've had this team in cap hell for 5 years. Because you're the highest paid player on the team. And your effort is just fraudulent. Now, there was a couple of Tobias Harris plays in this game that were just unbelievable. Yeah, even for him. I'm thinking, look, maybe we're finally going to go into this game and Tobias Harris is finally going to understand what the problem is. But actually, after hearing all the quotes from Nick Nurse and Tyrese Maxey and Tobias Harris, he doesn't understand what the problem is. He keeps just saying, I just need to get into a rhythm. I just need to get to my spots. I just need to... No, you need to stop playing like a bitch. That's what you need to do. It's not about rhythm. It's not about plays run on the floor. It's not about I need to be in the right spots. This isn't fucking rocket science, dude. It's basketball. And you have the ball in your hands. You're in the right spot. You know that? You know that, Tobias? You're in the right spot. You got the ball in your hands. You're in the right spot. You have a lane to the rim. And you attack the rim like you're a scared 13-year-old girl. On a playground court against a bunch of 7-foot grown men. It's not about spots or being in a rhythm. You are too soft. And it annoys me because it just keeps getting worse, bro. This guy, we start the game. Here's the crazy thing. Because Nick Nurse has to make some uncomfortable decisions. He has to. We start the game out. Tobias Harris shoots the ball 3 times in 2 minutes. So he's trying, okay, I'm going to go out. I'm going to try to be effective. I'm going to try to get in a rhythm. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to get in a rhythm. So I'm going to shoot the ball 3 times in the first 2 minutes. What happened? Let's see. He tried to back down. Drew Holiday got the ball stripped. He got rejected at the rim by Derek White. And he missed a wide open 3 in the corner. And Nick Nurse took him out of the game. 3 minutes into the game, Tobias Harris was 0 for 3. The Boston Celtics were up, 12-3, I don't know. And Nick Nurse took Tobias Harris out of the game. And I was like, oh shit, did he bench him? I can see Nick Nurse trying to, okay, you're so bad right now, I have to take you out of the game. I can see him getting to that point. But then it's like he gets a phone call in the dugout from Josh Harris. And Josh is like, hey, I'm paying that guy $40 million a year. Put him back in the game. Josh, are you even watching this game? No, I'm not watching this fucking game. You think I'm watching this game? I'm Josh Harris. I'm having dinner with another NFL football team's owners. And we're planning on buying a country. I'm not watching the game. I'm watching my money. Now put Tobias Harris back in the fucking game or you're fired. That's got to be it, bro. That has to be it. That has to be it. Anyway, I went on a little bit of a rant there. Let me get back to what I was doing. I took him out with 3 minutes left, right? And the thing that really annoyed me is the Sixers fight and claw. Third quarter. Okay. Third quarter starts. Okay. Tobias Harris starts the third quarter trying to be aggressive. He has a fast break. Nobody besides Derek White in front of the rim. How the hell tall is Derek White? 6'6"? How tall is Derek White? 6'4". 6'8", 220-pound Tobias Harris, running full speed the length of the court. 6'4" Derek White, 4 inches shorter, quadruple the heart. Tobias Harris goes at Derek White. And instead of just being an aggressive NBA basketball player and trying to dunk the ball over the shorter player, he jumps and does a 360 to avoid contact, throws the ball over his head, no look off the backboard, didn't even touch the rim. Like, what the fuck? Bro, he can't do it. He can't do it. Even in his mind, when he drives hard and says, I'm going to go through contact, he bails in midair and does a 360 and throws he just doesn't have it in him. We keep trying to make this guy play the game physical and aggressive, and he doesn't have it in him. He's not wired that way. We got to stop. Stop, Nick. Nick Nurse keeps doing this. I got to get Tobias in a rhythm. I'm going to keep believing in him and stop. Stop it. This is not a Trey Turner situation where the crowd can give him a standing ovation and then he's going to start to hit home runs. It's over. If Trey Turner sucked for 5 straight years, you would understand what I'm saying. I watched a guy bail midair against Derek White. And Derek White's a good defender for his size. But I watched a 6'8", 220-pound player take him to the rim and absolutely chicken out. Anyway, I'm saying, hey, man, I've been saying for games now, weeks now, Ricky Council is the most physical, aggressive player on this entire roster, which is sad that it's a two-way G League player and he's the most physical, aggressive player on the roster. But it's true. And he had 19 and 10 against the Wizards off the bench without Tobias Harris in the rotation. He had 9 points off the bench without Tobias Harris against the Cleveland Cavaliers when Tobias had the ankle jam. Tobias comes back. Ricky Council goes back to the deep bench, gets about 3 minutes a game. Finally, this game, Nick Nurse says, hey, I should play this Ricky Council guy. You know? I keep seeing this loser on YouTube in his attic homemade studio and a microphone on you say that Ricky Council is aggressive and can finish at the rim and brings tenacity and has heart. So he plays him. Ricky Council, oh my goodness, just has so much of what this team needs, has so much of what this team lacks. Just a fighter. Goes right at, like, we're watching a dude who just got rejected by Derek White. Ricky Council, G League player, comes in a game and goes right at Kristaps Porzingis and lays the ball in right at him, shoulder to the chest. End-to-end and one finish on Al Horford, a putback dunk in the first quarter. I mean, come on, bro. And him and Cameron Payne in the beginning of the fourth quarter were bringing the energy. Cameron Payne was shooting the lights out. And Nick Nurse said, you know, the Sixers just went on a run. It was, I think they cut it to 6. And Nick Nurse, either he got that call from Josh Harris again, or he said, you know, I got to play politics, man. You know what he did? You know what he did? Cameron Payne cooking in the third, cooking in the fourth. Ricky Council cooking the whole game, being aggressive, giving us exactly what we need. The left-right crossover on Horford, bro. The double cross. And then bodies him and finishes through contact and gets an and one. Whole game. Fourth quarter, Nick Nurse says, nah. Nope. I got to play politics more than I have to win this game. And so my finishing lineup is going to be Kyle Lowry, Tobias Harris, and Nicholas Batum. And look, Paul Reed wasn't playing good. Mo Bamba was actually having a good game, with Mo Bamba standards. But he played politics. And he played Kyle Lowry, Tobias Harris, and Nicholas Batum in crunch time in the fourth quarter against the Boston Celtics. The 3 slowest players probably on the planet. Guess what happened? 15-0 run by the Boston Celtics. Game over. And then what? Then he puts Ricky Council and Cameron Payne back on the floor after the 15-0 run, after the game has been lost. I'm not saying the Sixers were going to win the game anyway. I'm saying I hate when I see starters play like frauds, bench players play like winners, and then the starters get rewarded and get put back in the game. That's annoying to me. It's time to have the Nick Nurse conversation, bro. It's time to have a Nick Nurse conversation. When is this love for this Tobias Harris, Nicholas Batum combination is so bad, dude. They're so slow and can't rebound. And when's this going to end? You know? When are you going to stop playing politics? I guess he can't. He can't. It's Daryl Morey who's answering the call for Sixers ownership. He can't stay. In a perfect world, Nick Nurse would be able to do whatever he wanted to do, and that would be play the guys that are winning the game and put the overpaid frauds on the bench. But it is what it is. There's my rant on this game. JT for 3. They've been playing down to competition for years now. They weren't locked in. Why do you think we lose to bums and destroy the rest of the league? JT for 3. You are justifying your Boston Celtics having fraudulent tendencies. What you're saying in this comment is that the Boston Celtics play down to competition and lose to worse teams and choke eventually in the playoffs and don't win a title with the favored roster they've had for a couple of years now. And you just, I don't know, you just put a question mark at the end of it. What are you saying to me? I said the Boston Celtics are frauds. They play down to competition. Your answer to that is they've been playing down to competition for years now. They weren't locked in. Why do you think we lose to? That's not a good thing. You know that, right? That's why they don't win the championship. You know that, right? You should be mad at the Boston Celtics. Thanks for the $5 super chat. What else I want to say about this game, man? Here, let me just, I don't know, dude. I don't fucking know, man. Let me look at the stats. Do I even want to look at the stat sheet? Do I want to look at the stat sheet? Okay, here's your boy. We're not going to rant about him anymore. We're going to talk about other players now, but 29 minutes, 5 for 19. And you know what I mean? This is what I said, like, it's physical teams. You can't even play. He's unplayable against physical teams. The Knicks, the Raptors, the Celtics, the Bucks. All the good teams in the NBA. 5 for 19. Here's the astounding one right here. Here's the astonishing number for Tobias Harris. This is fraudulent behavior right here. 2 rebounds in 29 minutes. It's just, what are we doing at this point? What are we doing at this point when your listed power forward is giving you 2 rebounds in 29 minutes? Do you know what rebounds are? Rebounds are sheer effort. There's no better stat to judge a power forward's effort than how many rebounds did he have in the game in 29 minutes. You know, Dennis Rodman was 6'7", right? You know he led the league in rebounding 7 years in a row? Why? Magic? No, the guy was a psychopath. You would have had to stab Dennis Rodman before you took the ball from him. I'm not saying I expect Tobias Harris to play like that, but 1% of that would have been nice. Dennis Rodman's the craziest player to ever play. That's why he was a rebound king, because he was just a maniac. He was getting that ball no matter what happened. And that's a terrible comparison to even bring his name up when talking about Tobias Harris. But 2 rebounds in 29 minutes is just unacceptable lack of heart and effort. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it, dude. You are getting paid so much money and you're hurting your team because you're lazy and you don't care. You don't care, dude. Because the era that we're in, with these guys making this much money, they got a circle around them. They're not listening to criticism because they just think it's haters. He made the jokes already about, oh, the Sixers fans would trade me for a crumble cookie. Like you're really good, but we randomly hate you. That's what Tobias Harris thinks. I'm really good. They just randomly hate me. Sixers fans would trade me for a crumble cookie. Maxey had more rebounds than Tobias. Oh, my God. I think Rodman was 6'10". Search it again. He was 6'7". Come on, bro. I've been around for a long time. You're going to take a guess in the chat? I think Rodman was 6'10". At least ask Siri. All right. What other notes I got on this game, man? Maxey was being super aggressive in the first quarter. Lots of drives to the rim. I really liked how the combination of Kyle Lowry and Tyrese Maxey works. I love putting Maxey in a shooting guard position. I don't want Tyrese Maxey to have to worry about facilitating at all. Not with this team. No. No. Don't pass the ball at all, Tyrese. I don't give a shit. Don't pass the ball. You know, with Joel Embiid on the roster, okay, that's different. You know, your job is to run the pick and roll with Joel, run the pick and pop with Joel, and make the skip pass and all that type of stuff. Without Joel, I want Tyrese Maxey in the shooting guard position, getting buckets. So I like that, you know, the combination of him and Kyle Lowry for parts of this game where Lowry's just that veteran facilitator and Maxey's just coming off of screens and getting downhill and attacking the rim. And it was perfect for the first half, first 3 quarters. You know, Maxey had 25 somewhere in the third. I remember it being on the screen. 12 for 24 from the field isn't bad. 4 for 12 from 3 is pretty bad, but I like the fact that he got up 12 threes, man. You know, he didn't 6 for 12 would have been nice, but there's nothing bad to say about Tyrese Maxey. He's nobody out there helping him, and he's dropping 32 points against the number one team in the East. Like, there's nothing you can say. 23 years old. Well, like, how fraudulent is it of a team for a 23-year-old to be having to put the damn the team on his back? And he's just out there giving you everything he can give you. And I love that kid, and I'm so glad that I get to watch Tyrese Maxey for years to come. He's just so much fun. He's so much fun. He has so much heart. He loves the game so much. And you know what I really liked about Tyrese Maxey in this game? He gets Jaylen Brown called for the charge. Brown's complaining to the officials. Maxey's telling Jaylen Brown to his face, "You're pushing me." Like, and they're chipping at each other a little bit. And then Maxey gets a steal on Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown forearms him again, gets called for another foul, and Tyrese Maxey was chirping, talking shit. Tyrese Maxey is now an NBA All-Star, and he knows I'm on the level of these dudes. I'm right there, bro. I don't need to back down to no Jaylen Brown. He's walking away chirping. It's such a beautiful thing. It's just a beautiful thing. I love it. And I want Tyrese Maxey to continue to grow and continue to have that level of confidence and just go get yours, Should we talk about Buddy Hield, man? Should we talk about Buddy Hield? Buddy Hield, the best movement shooter in the NBA. He is. He's not going to be hot every game. He's had a couple of cold games now since starting his Sixers tenure on fire. I do think that Buddy Hield, right after the trade deadline, benefited a lot from the Philadelphia 76ers home crowd. That positive energy and just the crowd behind you as a shooter like Buddy Hield, he was cooking. I think we fell into a trap a little bit as Sixers fans, thinking Buddy Hield's going to average 20 points per game for the rest of the season or whatever. He's not a 20-point per game player. So Buddy Hield came back down to earth a little bit. Still love the addition of Buddy Hield. If you get Joel Embiid back, man, Buddy Hield is lethal with the space and the gravity that Joel Embiid draws. But he's come back down to earth a little bit. And, here's what you're seeing. You're seeing what Buddy Hield is. He's a great movement shooter. That's kind of it. He does have a little bit of playmaking to his game, but against good teams and quick, strong defenders like you saw in this Boston game, he's really turnover prone when he tries to put the ball on the floor, especially in traffic. And Buddy Hield's a pretty bad defender too. And Buddy Hield, Tyrese Maxey together on the perimeter hasn't been great the past couple of games. I mean, it's been the opposite of great. It's been really bad. But, Buddy Hield is what he is, man. It's great to have him on the team because you need that sniper on the squad. So I'm glad they added him at the trade deadline, and we'll see what happens in the offseason if they re-sign him. Who else we got to talk about, man? Let's see. Nicholas Batum. Okay, Nick Nurse. I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding, dude. I'm not getting it, Nick. I'm not understanding. You said against who was it? So Batum got exposed against the Knicks. Obviously, anyone could have seen that coming a mile away. He has height, but he can't move, and he's not strong enough really against those physical teams like that. Nurse said, I'm not playing Nick Batum unless I need him for an inbound pass, right? What game was that? Against the Cavs or somebody where Tobias Harris turned the ball over on an inbound and with 30 seconds left, which why the hell would Tobias Harris ever be inbounding the ball? Nurse said that. I thought he accepted the fact that Nick Batum is kind of useless without Joel Embiid. And now 2 games in a row, major minutes for Nicholas Batum, and I don't know. I mean, 3 points in 20 minutes, 3 points and 3 rebounds, bro. 3 rebounds. So your favorite 4 and 5, who you go with at the end of the game, Tobias Harris and Nicholas Batum, combined for 5 rebounds in 50 minutes of play. Paul Reed only played 14 minutes in the game. I think Nurse saw him in the first quarter and was like, okay, enough is enough. The guy can't guard anybody at the rim. We're shit out of luck, really, when it comes to interior defense. We have been shit out of luck when it comes to interior defense. Mo Bamba scored some points in this game, hit some threes, put back dunk, little hook shot, whatever. He gave you 10 points and 6 rebounds, but Mo Bamba can't play any defense either. And just as well as he gives you a couple points on the other end, he can't guard anyone in the paint either. They need to buy out. They need to release somebody. They need to sign somebody. You know what I mean? And I keep getting these reports that they expect Joel Embiid to come back. Oh, they're hoping, Woj today, they're hoping to bring him back with enough time to get him in shape for the playoffs. Okay, then fix the fucking team then. If you think you're going to get Joel Embiid back, or is it just, Joel Embiid has been saving this franchise for what, 6 years now, 7 years now? Absolutely saving this franchise. If it wasn't for Joel Embiid doing everything at an elite level on both sides of the floor, this team would have been a losing team for 7 of the last 7 years. He's done everything. He's made these owners billions of dollars because he's so good that he covers up all the deficiencies that the fans, myself, the sickos, believe that we have a shot every year. So we buy jerseys and hats and go to the games, etc. Now you're sitting back saying, we're going to fall into the play-in tournament, and the guy that saves us all the time is going to come back after a meniscus injury and save us again. We don't have to do anything. We'll just let Joel Embiid save us again. It's ridiculous, man. I don't even know what this rant is about that I'm talking about right now, but it's ridiculous. Brandon, thanks for the super chat. Did the free throw difference in this game? No, if you're asking me, did the free throw difference affect this game? Absolutely not. No. Here's why there was such a major free throw difference. Just in my opinion, just by watching the game, just the eye test Eastwood. That's all I am. I can't offer you advanced analytics to support what I say. All I know is I have an opinion on what I watched. I wasn't noticing one-sided officiating. I wasn't noticing bad calls for the Celtics and the Sixers getting mauled and not getting called. I wasn't noticing any of that. What I think the free throw difference was because the Boston Celtics have 6 players that can attack the rim, and the Philadelphia 76ers have 1 player that can attack the rim. Well, they have 2. The second one is Ricky Council. Tyrese Maxey and Ricky Council. The Boston Celtics, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Derek White, Al Horford driving to the rim, Drew Holiday attacking the rim. You know what I mean? So they were attacking the rim. We were hacking them. We were almost, there was plays where Tobias Harris was intentionally fouling Jason Tatum because he's just like, well, I'm just Tobias Harris. I can't play defense here. No, I don't think that had anything to do with it. He threw Darius Baisley in the game at the end there after the Celtics made that 15-0 run. That was just, it ended so quickly. Here's the thing we got to start talking about here, man. And I like Kyle Lowry in lineups with Tyrese Maxey for the veteran leadership and his facilitating ability. I really do. But like my boy RJ said on the show the other night, he's washed, bro. Come on, man. He's 37. He passed up an open layup in the fourth quarter because he can't jump anymore. Cameron Payne was out there cooking. And Cameron Payne's not the facilitator that Kyle Lowry is. But Cameron Payne, 13 points in 16 minutes. Kyle Lowry gave you 3 in 23 minutes. I think just by looking at that, it's time to have a decision to make. It's time to have a conversation here. You know what I mean? And I want to say this about my boy Cameron Payne, too. Cameron Payne is really good defensively for his size. I am shocked at some of the defense that Cameron Payne played in this game. Holding his ground, staying straight up and down, not fouling, forcing guys to get rid of the ball, forcing guys into tough shots. And really, in that third quarter, not just Cameron Payne on the offensive side, he was picking up our defense. And I don't know if Cameron Payne can keep up performances like that, but we've seen several of them so far, in him after the trade deadline coming to the Sixers. And I think it's time to say Cameron Payne needs more minutes. Nick Nurse has a lot of lineup decisions to make. The problem still is that all the lineup decisions are which guards should play the most minutes because you don't have any options as far as power forwards and centers. The main issue with the team is power forwards and centers, and the problem with the problem is that there's no answer to the problem. James, Eastwood loves that Maxey. Okay, bro. You know what? I shouldn't take the time to go into the chat on my phone and block you from the channel, but I feel like doing that today. Yeah, there you go, James. See you later, buddy. Just real fraudulent stuff there in the chat. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say, man. If you guys have anything else to say it on the Discord, okay? I got 2 people hanging out so far, Mr. Hoover and Peter D, man. We'll get you guys on here for a couple of minutes. And anybody else you want to give me your thoughts? Drop it in the chat or join the Discord and call the show. We'll have the conversation, man. Mr. Hoover, what's going on?
What's up, bro? How you doing today?
Terrible. No, I'm actually really good, man. I went to the gym today. I drank 2 energy drinks before the game, so I'm wide awake. I feel great. Anyway, what's up?
Hey, this is a side note. You ever want a good energy drink? Zoa, the Rock's energy drink, is bomb. Okay, I've had it when I had to work a job once. Zoa all the way. Anyway,
I'm never buying anything that The Rock promotes, so that's just I would never. Ever since he had the line of shoes at Under Armour with the bull on the side, I was like, what the fuck are these, dude? And the tank tops with the... You know how dumb you look walking in the gym with The Rock tank top on? Anyway, go ahead. Continue. I'm sorry. Let's get back to the game.
All right. So, Tobias Harris got to be benched. What we talking about here? Tobias Harris got to be benched. Cam Payne's the backup point guard here. No disrespect to Kyle Lowry, but bro, it's over.
Is
no
that
disrespect to Nicholas?
After just
Nicholas
one
Batum.
After just one game, this is you're concluded that Cameron Payne is the backup point guard?
Yes, for this reason. Let's be honest with ourselves here. This isn't disrespectful. This is just about winning basketball. Who's faster, Cam Payne or Kyle Lowry?
Come on, man. Yeah.
No, that's not. I'm not trying to be an a-hole.
No, I know.
I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
No, I know. Okay, yeah, Cameron Payne's so fast. He could run the court 3 lengths of the court by the time Lowry gets down there.
So we have to prioritize winning over personal relationships here.
That's the problem. That's what we're witnessing happen, and we're witnessing it happen over and over and over again. So I agree, we have to prioritize winning, but it doesn't seem like that's what they're doing.
Another note. What was this one guy, Darius Bazley or whatever his name was?
Yeah.
He's young. Let's put him in the starting lineup.
Oh, I mean,
be drastic. Let's go drastic here. Because to be frank, we don't really have any options at power forward. We get to Paul Reed here in a minute. But Darius Bazley, put him at the power forward because no one is rebounding at power forward. Come on, bro.
All right, I agree. I agree with you. Nobody's rebound, but they're not going to do that. The guy just came out of the G League. They're not going to do that. They would put Ricky Council at power forward starting before that.
If it was me, I don't care if it came from the Z League. Start him. It's about winning. The thing is, that's just me. I mean, I'm just a fan. But
I know.
If I'm the general manager, I'm listening to all my fans.
I don't think Darius Bazley is good, though. You can't just be like, hey, let's start this random guy.
I give it a shot because, like, in all due respect, what do we have here at power forward? Okay, what did I say at the trade deadline when I called in on the show? We needed to switch Tobias Harris for Bogdanovich and Burks. We did not do that because we value personal relationships more.
Do you think it's they value personal relationships or or Daryl Morey has a big, giant plan for cap space at the end of the season? You know what I mean? Or do you really do? I want to know. Do you and does everybody else in the chat? Because it sounds insane to me. Is Tobias Harris immune from being benched and being traded because Daryl Morey is best friends with him or whatever? Is that a real thing? Is that what we really think?
Yes, and I'm going to tell you something here. I want to give you a story. Okay, there was a time I graduated college here. I couldn't find a job. I had to go work at a FedEx warehouse in Orlando, Florida. It was 100 frickin' degrees. in the trailer, I stacked boxes there for 3 months, and we're talking about benching a guy who makes $40 million a year to sit down on a bench.
Well, yeah, I don't understand.
Are we doing?
It seems like it's politics right in front of our face. That's what it seems like, man. There's no other explanation for it. Because if he wasn't getting paid the money he's getting paid, and Daryl Morey with the trolling and the crumble cookie shit on Twitter, and just, earlier in the season, Tobias had a 34-point game and Daryl tweeted out his stats. I'm like, what the fuck? Why is the GM of my team a fanboy of a player? Like, that's like, you know what I mean? Like the stands on Twitter that have the profile picture of the player that they love so much. Like, that's Daryl Morey's a Tobias Harris stan. It's insane. I think that's what it is.
No, don't get me wrong. I want Tobias Harris to succeed. I want any player to succeed. But again, you have to value winning here.
No, I don't want him to succeed.
When I look at the Sixers, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the Sixers with Allen Iverson. But Joel Embiid is the bigger Allen Iverson.
But they got to the NBA Finals by playing dogs on the squad. Young guys that were no names, that were scrapping like Raja Bell and guys like that. But
hey,
what else you got,
I think
man?
we need to put Baisley in there. We got to put him ahead of Batum. Give Baisley 20 minutes, see what he does. Definitely, in my view at this point, start Ricky Council.
So you're going to start Ricky Council and Darius Baisley.
I'm putting Darius Baisley at power forward, and I'm putting Ricky Council at small forward, and I'm moving.
Where did the love for Darius Baisley randomly come from? I'm so confused by this, dude. You just told me you never seen him play.
From what I've heard in the G League, he was averaging like 21 points, 10 rebounds. Okay? If he can, let's say, what is he, like 6'9"? And what is Ricky Council, like, what, 6'7", 6'8"?
Listen,
you need
Mr.
size.
Hoover, I love you, but you gotta get off this Darius Baisley. They're not gonna do it. There's no point in us having this conversation. They're not going to start Darius Baisley. That's insane.
Hey, I'm a drastic guy. I try to prioritize winning. I
agree. They need to try different things. I do agree with you. They need to try different things. The Darius Baisley thing is not happening. But, what else you got for me, man? Give me something else.
Last thing. Paul Reed, what is up, bro? Come on.
I don't know. He started to. I don't know.
Don't get me wrong, but you cannot have these games where you're like 20 minutes, 2 points. I'm talking. We need 10 points from you.
He's not good. He's not good. He's a backup center. He's really good in 10 minutes a game. He's just not good. Joel Embiid makes everything look better. I am also shocked at how bad Paul Reed looks because I didn't know he was this bad defensively, but he is.
I mean, he got to do something here. I mean, like what? Because I thought in years past he played defense. Correct me if I'm wrong here.
He did. I mean, I guess this is the thing, in the minutes that we saw him play, like, he had a game where he started against the Bucks, I think, and had a good game. But him and Charles Bassey were going back and forth in that game, and I don't know, man. Like, but
don't get me started on that Charles Bassey stuff because know me, bro. I was calling on the show for Charles Bassey. But
they're bad. They're bad. Here's what I'm saying, man. They're bad. They're not good. So, I mean, you're just saying they need to be better. They're not going to be better. They're not good. So this is the team. Nothing. I mean, there's not some magic that's going to make Paul Reed all of a sudden be a good defender or Mo Bamba or any of these guys. It's done. The trade deadline's over. This is where we are.
It's just the loyalty of Sixer fans because we want to see our Sixers succeed because they stunk for so long and we're tired of it. That's the honest truth.
Yeah, that's facts, man.
Right.
Mr. Hoover, I love you, man. Thanks for calling the show. I think you are reaching really hard for some answers. And the reason you're doing that is because there are no answers, man. That's the problem. Shout out to Mr. Hoover. I understand being drastic. I understand that things need to change. But, you're just kind of saying things that aren't going to happen anyway. That's, it just is what it is. I don't understand it. I don't understand. Everything you said was true. Well, except for the Baisley thing. I think that's kind of crazy. But everything you said was true. Tobias Harris needs to be benched. Paul Reed needs to be better at basketball. True. None of these things are happening. The Tobias Harris love from the organization is killing us. I don't know what to do. Peter D is on the Discord. Maybe Peter knows what to do, man. Yo, Peter, maybe you know what to do, man.
Hey, how's it going, East?
It's going, man. What's good? What's going on with you?
I was just going to say, man, with everything that's going on with the Sixers, man, maybe your sponsor should be betterhelp.com. You know what I'm saying? But
Bet US, 125% deposit on your first 3 deposits. Go bet against the Sixers every single game.
There you go. That's not a knock against anybody with mental health issues, man. I've lived through it with family, and that's some real stuff to do. And so God bless anybody who is. But anyways, that's another topic. I just want to, I hate staying on the Tobias rant, but I just got a couple of things to say. True or false to you, Eastwood, is this the worst you've seen Tobias Harris? Like, I'm talking overall eye test the last month or so. Like, is this the worst stretch you've ever seen him have, first of all?
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, I mean, without 100% a doubt,
exactly. The worst. Because it's not just the stats. It's not just the poor shooting. It's the body language. It's the quitting on the court. It's the backing down from a challenge. I mean, to avoid contact against Derek White in the air going to the rim is just so the most fraudulent thing I've ever seen. The guy did a 360 around Derek White.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And it's even worse than that. And I kind of set you up there a little bit because it's even worse than that, and I'm going to tell you why. Somebody in Tobias, most players in Tobias's position right now, right? They've been paid. They're in the last year of their contract year, and they usually say to themselves, man, I want to get one more payday, right?
Yeah.
So they'll play hard. They'll play extra hard, even harder than the first couple of years when they got paid.
Yep.
Okay, but not only that, Embiid goes down. So here's the perfect opportunity for somebody like Tobias to say, listen, Maxey will concede to me. Maxey's got that respect for the veterans. I can come in, be the veteran voice. I can put up 20, 25, let Maxey have his 30 still. You got Maxey dishing to you. You know what I mean? And, like Kate Scott, he's a max player. Just so we need a max player locker room voice. But beside the point. He could have, pushed us, scored 20, 25, got us to the playoffs for Embiid's return, and guess what? The Sixers might have paid him. Now, granted, we're not going to pay him what we did, but we'd all been going, scratched our head. Like, he had the perfect opportunity, is my point.
Peter,
so what's that tell you about him, man? What's it tell you about him? He either A, don't give a shit, B, he sucks, or a little bit of both.
Well, Peter,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. The era that we're in now is that these players have made so much money that, and Tobias Harris is a smart guy. He's not out there spending $1 million in a strip club like the other idiot that was here. Tobias Harris is a smart guy. I'm sure his money is in investments all over the place, and he's making more income outside of the NBA than he is in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tobias Harris has a fuck ton of money. He does not care. He absolutely does not care. Back in the day, like if you look at it like this, if like somebody like a normal person, I guess, or middle class person or whatever, let's say you got paid $500,000 a year to play basketball. That's good money. At least where I'm living at, $500,000 a year is really good money. You can live a really comfortable life like that, right? If you needed to play hard to get another $500,000 the next year, yeah, you would do that. But $200 million.
Yeah.
$500,000 a game. That's so much money. There's no real reason for him to care.
And it proves a point that we can still put this back on his initial signing was a huge mistake because of this reason, right?
100%.
He lost his hunger. He doesn't care. He lost his hunger. And I told my brother, I said, we need to get rid of him just for the point of we need younger, hungrier players, period.
Yeah.
Like this isn't going to work,
Yes.
And I'm telling you, if Morey re-signs him, I'm literally going to go I don't know what I'm going to do.
No, I'm tired. You're right. You're right. We're so tired of these aging, overpaid players. Like, give us the young NBA players, you know? I'm ready for it too, man. Yo, Peter, what else? And you got anything else for me, man?
Nah, man, I'm good. I just had to vent a little bit and talk about how it just, it's just so disappointing with Toby right now. I really am disappointed.
Well,
it's gone beyond pissed off. It's like
all we can
disgusted.
hope is that he is gone after this. There's no re-signing Tobias Harris. There can't be.
Nope.
All right, man. Thanks.
No, I agree. All right, take care, man. Bye.
Shout out to Peter. Bro, Devon Givens and Kyle Neubeck are so nice. Kyle was like, I don't even want to write an article on Tobias tonight. Yeah, the Philly media is so nice because that's what they do, because it's all buddy-buddy. You know what the Philly media is like? You ever go to court, and you think your lawyer is there for you. You think your lawyer's on your side, right? And then you realize they know the other person's lawyer and they know the judge and they all say hi to each other like they're all working for the same. And you start to realize, wait a minute, all these motherfuckers work together. They're not here for me. That's what the Philly media is, man. They're not here for you. They're not up there asking Nick Nurse why the fuck he keeps playing Tobias Harris. They're not up there asking him all these kind of questions. They're asking him the questions they're supposed to ask so NBC Sports Philly can get the right headline and a quote from Nick Nurse. Click here on this article so the ads run so we make some money. Read what Keith Pompey said to whoever the fuck. Nobody gives a shit, dude. They're not doing an actual... No, they're not. No, they're not. That's my rant on Philly media. Anyway, Ioannis is in the Discord, and then I'm out of here because I don't want to talk about this stupid game anymore or Tobias Harris. Ioannis, what's up?
What's up, Eastwood? How are you?
Doing good, man. What's going on?
Yeah, man, I don't know. I wanted to say a couple things because over the past couple of games, man, like, I don't know, Nick Nurse, I'm really getting Doc River vibes from him. And honestly, too, like, this is, like, bringing me back to a time where we used to have Paul Millsap on the team, Willie Cauley-Stein, and, Embiid, maybe he was hurt, or, we needed some backup center. We needed some backup center minutes, and he would just play Paul Millsap and all these bums, or whenever he didn't play Isaiah Joe and Paul Reed was there, and we had all these guys who could play. And it's just fraud tendencies, bro. Like, I don't know why Nick Nurse is doing this. Like, I don't know if the ownership is, like, pushing this Tobias shit down his throat.
It's got to be.
It's just pissing me off because you know what? The offense is bad enough, but the effort, the laziness. Like, there was a play I remember vividly on that 16-0 run. Tatum was driving to the basket. He put a floater up. He missed it. And then Porzingis was, like, jumping with Tyrese, maybe Buddy Hield and somebody else. And you could see Tyrese Maxey jump as high as he can to try to grab the ball. And Tobias is doing little bunny hops. And he didn't get the ball. He got it, and I think Brown ripped it from him. And then Porzingis had a monster dunk.
Yep.
And it was like, bro, like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't know what it is, man. There's some kind of organizational favoritism because it's clear as day he's hurting the team. Everyone sees it. The entire fan base sees it. Everybody sees it. It's all anybody's talking about, except there's randomly one guy, like this guy on the comment right here. Nine Tails Kyle says Tobias Harris is still the 76ers' best chance of winning. He played bad, but they don't have the personnel to fill that spot. There's just no way you actually type that out if you're watching Sixers games.
Yeah.
Because as soon as Tobias Harris is out of the lineup, they play more physical, they play with more energy, and they were winning games. Anyway.
I agree. And like you see guys like Ricky Council, like you said multiple times on your streams, the guy's making like literally what Tobias makes in one game. And he had how many and ones did he have? Like 2 and 1s. He's getting physical, he's getting in the paint. Yep. He's just being a hard-nosed player. That's what the city represents. This is what the Sixers are supposed to represent. And we have people like Tobias Harris going up, doing mid-360, whatever the fuck he's doing. I don't know what he's doing. He is so bad. And it's just 5 years of the same stupid shit. I can't stand it anymore. Like, now, I know you can't. I know most Sixer fans can't, but this is just the same nonsense. And it's like, yo, Nick Nurse, I don't know if it's organizational, but it's like, I don't know, man. I guess there's nothing you can really do about it, but it's just such a shame because we as a unit, we just play worse when he's on the floor. The defense is so bad. The rebounding, he had 2 rebounds. That's unacceptable.
Yep.
At least if you're going to have a bad shooting night, get on the glass. Be useful.
Dude, it's bad. Yeah, it's bad, man. I don't know.
So I don't know, man. I guess besides the Tobias, the Tobias and Nick Nurse stuff, I don't know what else really there is to say. It's just, I don't know. I'm just getting those like Doc River vibes from him, but I don't know.
Yeah, me too, especially at the end. You put Lowry, Tobias, and Batum in crunch time in the fourth quarter, and the Celtics went on a 15-0 run, and the game was over.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't even think there's anything like – I don't know. Hopefully he can get benched, but I don't see it happening. I really don't, because he's playing the worst basketball of his career. And Nick Nurse has been here long enough to understand Tobias as a player. And it's like, if he ain't going to get benched now and he's playing terrible, what else is it going to take?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Man, that's where I'm at. I don't want to hold you. I know, you're probably tired and stuff. But, yeah, those are my thoughts, man.
All right,
it's
brother.
very frustrating.
I always appreciate you calling, man. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we all have the same frustration when it comes to this guy, man. It's like, how is he still getting 30 minutes a game when he's giving you 2 rebounds and he's giving you clear lack of effort on the floor? How? Nick Nurse is too biased. That's what we seem to be witnessing so far. And all coaches with an ego and who have coached for a long time, especially coaches who have won championships, they are going to have their ways. I like Nick Nurse as far as his willingness to experiment, his willingness to try new things. Doc Rivers would never play Ricky Council or anybody like that. So Nick Nurse is not as extreme with this favoritism and biasedness as Doc Rivers was, but it still definitely shows sometimes. And I don't know the answer to the Tobias Harris thing, man. I don't have an answer. I can't figure out why he's immune to getting his minutes cut. I can't figure it out. He's been absolutely terrible for most of this season, especially when Joel Embiid went down, and he's still playing pretty much next to Tyrese Maxey the most minutes on the team. There's no real explanation for it besides the fact that Josh Harris is paying him $40 million, and Josh Harris wants him to play, and Josh Harris doesn't know anything about basketball and doesn't know that the fans hate Tobias Harris and everybody wants him gone. I don't know. I don't have the answer, man. Any takes in the chat, comments, concerns, questions? There's some people arguing here. I don't know what you guys are arguing about, but if you could please knock it off. Do I really gotta play recess monitor in the chat? Buddy Hield's going to be the next Sixers fans' target. Y'all about to turn on him next. Y'all was so excited. I told you the guy was trash. Tony Wiley. There's 2 reasons this comment makes no sense whatsoever. You're saying that fans turned on Sixers fans target. So you're saying that Sixers fans randomly have targets. And the Sixers, I don't know, are good every year, and the fans are happy and they're winning, and the fans randomly want to hate a player like Ben Simmons or Tobias Harris. You're incorrect about that because, as you're seeing on the court, if you're watching, which you're probably not, Tobias Harris is a fraud. We were right about Ben Simmons. We were right about Tobias Harris. We were right about James Harden. The Philly fans don't like fraudulent behavior. They don't like guys that show a lack of effort on the floor. We don't randomly turn on players and target players. We say, hey, this guy's playing like a bitch. Get him out of here. That's what we say. Now, you said Buddy Hield's going to be our next target because we were so excited and you told us the guy was trash. Well, Tony Wiley, Buddy Hield is the only player in the NBA right now shooting over 40% from three on 7+ attempts per game. He has more made threes in the last 5 seasons than Steph Curry. He's literally, outside of Steph Curry, the best movement 3-point shooter in the entire NBA. So, you saying Buddy Hield is trash is not even kind of wrong. It's literally the opposite of the truth. What else? How does Morey still have a job? I don't know. Tobias. What are we still talking about? Okay, this is why I need to push for memberships and push for mods, because the chat is just full of garbage right now. I think people need to focus the heat on ownership over players and coaches that are constant with this team. The heat is on ownership. You know what I mean? But you can't fire ownership. You can't fire ownership. Look at James Dolan with the New York Knicks. They've been taking signs to the arena that say sell the team. He was banning people from the arena for chanting sell the team, because it's a private owned business and he can ban whoever he wants from the arena. Isn't that crazy? You can't come at ownership. There's nothing you can do. They own the team. They make the rules. What can we do? What can we do? Focus the heat on ownership. What are we supposed to do? I don't know. What should we do to Josh Harris to get him out of here? You can't. That's the owner. He's in charge. Couple more here. Let's see. If Ricky Council keeps this up, he's going to get traded next year. Mr. 89, great comment, man. Yeah, he better stop playing so well, man, or he's gonna get traded, man. Peter, my guy, thanks for the super chat. You deserve this. Over an hour discussing this garbage team. Thank you for all you do, bro. Hey, man, thank you. Because I think that's all I did is I started to make YouTube videos. We're pretty much ranting about the Sixers because I don't have anyone to rant to, And in making a YouTube channel, I've found thousands of other maniacs like me, sickos, who watch these games, and who else is watching these games and having conversations about how Tobias Harris is playing like a fraud and we got to get rid. It's a very niche group of people. We're not okay, man. Whoever said Nick and Doc are the same or slow. S. Look what I tagged you in. Are you talking about Twitter? Let's see. What did you tag me on Twitter? Is this it right here? Woj? ESPN sources: Detroit Pistons Mike Muscala is finalizing a contract buyout, clearing the way for him to be eligible for the playoffs with his next team. Is that what you tagged me in? S. Is that what you tagged me in? Is that what you tagged me in? I'm looking at the chat. I'm waiting for your answer. Oh, Buddy Burner. I was going to say, dude. The process still tagged me in this. That, yeah, we should sign Mike Muscala. Yeah, good idea. Why? Because he's going to guard the rim better than Mo Bamba? The fuck is Mike Muscala going to do, man? My God, dude. The guy's horrible. All right. What did you tag me in? Oh, right here. Is this what you tagged me in? 242 boss. I have one legitimate question. Why isn't Buddy being used like he was in his first 4 games in Philly? What does that mean? So I want to tell you guys that don't know. People think this 242 boss is Buddy Hield's burner account. Okay. And the reasons for that is there's certain tweets like this one right here, where, they show his stats last season as a Pacer and they show his stats as a 76er, and he retweeted and said different kind of atmosphere. Because, just a Stan account wouldn't turn to talking about the atmosphere in the arena as a reply to different stats. You know what I mean? Or they're that much of a stan that they hate the Pacers atmosphere or something like that. But there's like plenty of other tweets that makes people think it's Buddy Hield's burner account. February 25th game day. Cleavers are a good spot for a sandwich tomorrow. Or a good spot for a sandwich, by the way. Bad game as long as they're few and far between. Sixers will be okay. Buddy needs to be more aggressive towards the rim and get space for a shot off the dribble because they ain't letting him get open. Yeah, I don't know. Why do we think this is Buddy Hield's burner account? Pistons are getting better. They're forcing good teams to hit game winners all of a sudden. Halliburton is all right. Remember, he got injured and was rushed back. He isn't upset over losing Buddy. He's having a bad game. It happens, not the end of the world. I don't know. But anyway, what's up with this question anyway? I have a legitimate question. Why isn't Buddy being used like he was in his first 4 games in Philly? Okay. First of all, if this was Buddy Hield's burner account, do you understand the level of narcissism you would have to lose an NBA game and go right to Twitter and begin talking about yourself in the third person on a burner account? Come on, guys. If this is Buddy Hield's burner account, then he's a legitimate psychopath. Buddy Hield did not just run to Twitter after the game and say, why isn't Buddy being used like he was his first 4 games in Philly? Sounds more to me like a 14-year-old kid who loves Buddy Hield. Anyway, I think you showed me this because he asked this question. Why isn't Buddy being used like he was his first 4 games in Philly? What does that even mean? He is being used like he was his first 4 games in Philly. He's missing shots. What kind of question is this? He's being used exactly the same way. He's playing better defenses, so he can't play make. He's getting pushed around by the Boston Celtics and turning the ball over. He's being used exactly the same way. He's missing shots. That's not like we can't blame it on the coach. I don't understand. Anyway, I don't know. Yeah, it could be a family member or something like that. I don't think it's Buddy Hield though. That sounds crazy. Joanna says check your last tagged. All right, where are we at here? How do you know it's his burner account? Okay, so you have someone explaining it's his burner account? Oh my God, who's this guy? Jesus Christ. So this 11-year-old kid right here is going to tell me why this is Buddy's burner account. Okay, here we go. We're only doing this because I got time tonight, and why not else? All right, let's listen.
The absolute funniest thing that could have happened at the NBA trade deadline today happened, and it was Buddy Hield getting traded because it meant we got to see more tweets from his burner account. So back a few weeks ago, this account 242boss tweets out any good burger joints in Philly. The guy responds, why are you in Philly? I'm not. Yet. And if you look through 242boss's entire feed, it's basically like a Buddy Hield propaganda page. Then 18 hours ago, he says, y'all thought I was playing though. Trade is getting finalized, so he goes, so about those burgers.
All right, so it's a Stan account who people then accuse of being his burner account, and now whoever's in charge of the account acts like it's actually Buddy Hield's burner. That's not
joints.
that
and
extreme.
It's like, sure, NBA players have fan pages on Twitter and Instagram and whatever, but go through this guy's page. But if you
it's not hard to act like you're Buddy Hield on Twitter.
go through this guy's page, every single tweet is about Buddy Hield. Every single tweet is something good about Buddy Hield.
Yeah, it's a Stan account,
it was
bro.
Fun watching him in Indiana, except for this season. Grateful that the Pacers did him justice by sending him to a contender. Who are the top 5 shooters in the NBA? All.
It's a Stan account. I don't understand. That didn't prove anything, bro. Nope. You didn't get me. How does a Stan account know he was going to Philly, though? I mean, well, ooh, damn. Damn, bro. Damn. That's a good question. I don't know, man. Maybe it's a member of his family, dude. It's got to be a member of his family. I don't think Buddy Hield's losing an NBA game and running to Twitter to talk about himself in third person. I think it's a member of his family. It might be. But that's a good question. That's a real good question. DJ, what do you think of acquiring Kyle Kuzma in the offseason? I don't even think Daryl Morey knows who that is, man. I would have taken Kyle Kuzma at the trade deadline over this guy. Over a couple of these guys. I'm losing faith in the GM. I'm losing faith in the direction. They don't know what they're doing. All they know is that we're trying to get Joel Embiid back to fix all of our issues. Come on, man. We're in year 8 of the process, and the most physical player on the entire roster is a 22-year-old G League player. Remember back in the process, beginning of it, they acted like they were building a super team. Ben Simmons, Markelle Fultz, Dario Saric. The team was supposed to have multiple all-stars. Well, they do. Tyrese Maxey, because of a lucky draft pick. And I love Tyrese Maxey. But the process itself, it was supposed to yield you multiple star players and a deep roster. Look what it got you, bro. Like, one of your 5 best players is a G Leaguer. And you're paying $40 million to a total fraud. You got a couple of players, Paul Reed, G League MVP as your center, and Mo Bamba, who shouldn't be in the NBA. Well, anyway. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate it as always. The Sixers duped us again. I didn't expect them to win this game. I thought they were going to get blown out. They put up a fight. There was chances for them to possibly win the game. And they're playing politics right now, man. They're playing politics because there's some players that are getting a lot of minutes that shouldn't be getting a lot of minutes anymore. I'm out.